Hello everyone, welcome to Story Retold. Calina here, continuing with the series with Arglefumph's Everything Wrong with the Nancy Drew games. I was not at her interactive with these Dossier games when these launched, so I don't really have much insider knowledge to share. So this is pretty much going to be just a reaction video. There are spoilers to this game. Also, real quick, there's going to be a spoiler for the Culprit to Game 13, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, just so you know.
The cat is in the prop room in the opening scene, but not in the actual game. No one falls into quicksand in this game.
I think all of the intro are just stylized noir style scenes that was made especially for the intro.
The game does not have a save feature.
I think it might. It goes to chapter markers. It's auto-saved at chapter markers.
If you like a particular chapter, you have to replay the entire game in
Really?
order to play it again.
Okay.
It's on a very old movie lot, which is apparently being made into a very modern theme park.
According to the pamphlet, the very modern theme park has only one ride
That you
which
see.
is left over from the 1940s park. That's not very modern. Nancy encounters no traffic in Southern California.
Yeah.
In real life, Hollywood and Illinois are not within easy driving distance of each other.
Easy, correct.
It is a
but
long tutorial that you can't skip.
yeah, it's too bad.
Nancy only visits 2 of these 5 locations.
Yeah, that's all she
These
needs.
fake answers are so fun, it makes me sad that you don't get real responses to them.
No, it's kind of a puzzle in itself to choose the correct response based on your observation and how well you're paying attention. So you get like 100% points if you choose the correct one, and well, you know.
Game saves on animation by only animating half of the characters' bodies, then saves on animation again by only having them move half the time.
Go
Yeah.
outside to Main Street and get the Ankh out of the storage room behind the pawn shop, okay?
The Ankh is a prop. Why isn't it in the prop room?
Because it's in
The
storage?
Ankh is not in a room behind the pawn shop. The Ankh is in the pawn shop.
Oh.
If you get enough points, you get the bonus ending, but the game doesn't tell you how many points you need, so players are always left guessing as to how close they are.
Yeah, I guess that could have helped prompt players to aim for a perfect playthrough if they knew what the goal was. Yeah, I get that. Okay, I get it.
Multiple chapters start with a walking animation that lasts for more than 10 seconds.
Kind of painful, huh?
Clicking on the task button for more details is useless. This
If
piece
it's
of
lit
paper
up.
has been lying here untouched for over 60 years. This
Uh,
piece of paper is still in perfect condition after being discarded on the ground for over 60 years. Nancy follows a scavenger hunt, a fabulous treasure cliche.
we like cliches.
This game has way too much pixel hunting.
Well, yes, because it's a hidden object game. Kind of puzzle hidden object game. That's what it's supposed to be.
Nancy's flashlight is on the action bar for the entire game, even though it barely gets used. The cat breaks things in the pawn shop, and Nancy doesn't care.
Nah. It's not her goal.
That's the cat Molly wants me to catch. I'd better go after it.
Nancy lets the cat run away before trying to catch it. With the lockpicking minigame, you can choose which of the upcoming items you want to use. You can't do this with the other minigames, even though it would be extremely useful.
Oh, different puzzle
Nancy
styles.
uses pliers to put a plug into an electrical outlet. Nancy doesn't shut the door behind her, which allows the cat to escape.
Yeah, didn't think about that, Nancy, did you?
Reach it. I need something long and sticky.
The duct tape does not count as something sticky.
Oh, that's
Arthur
too
has
bad.
a complex series of puzzles in his office. How does he get any work done?
I guess I should answer that.
No, you don't need
Nancy's
to.
breaking and entering in someone else's office, but she still answers their phone.
Typical Nancy.
Arthur calls his office to talk to Nancy. How did he know she was in there?
Good question.
Molly is full size here, then she shrinks to half size, then immediately becomes full size again. Why bother shrinking her in the first place?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Arthur insists on keeping an office
point.
down there is beyond me.
Arthur has a working office in an abandoned amusement park.
Yeah, it's
Why
cool,
did no
huh?
one notice these papers earlier? Look at the levers. Notice how the bubble appears when it's time to use it? That happens a few times in this game, and it spoils the puzzle solutions.
Aww.
Obviously, the item that just appeared in the puzzle is the one you need to use.
It's
The
hand-holding,
ramp
huh?
scene is 26 seconds long. Nancy whips the busts to knock them off of a high shelf, but they don't break. Who scratched out Ida's nameplate?
I've lost 2 pairs of Italian shoes in here.
Why does Ida have Italian shoes? She wears an Egyptian costume all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, but when she gets into her street clothes, that's probably what she wears.
Hey, you should head over to the Casbah and meet the people you'll be working with.
Good idea, except she won't work with them. The production assistant job is just a cover.
Yeah, but she's not supposed to know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Nancy says, "Oh yeah," when the subtitles say, yeah.
Really use some help here behind the bar. What do you say to taking care of a few of these smoothie orders?
Nancy does everyone else's chores cliche.
Yeah, I know.
Nancy is a production assistant, but this bar is not part of the production. It's a place where cast members like to eat. Therefore, Nancy shouldn't be forced to make smoothies here.
Oh well.
If you solve the puzzle quickly, you don't get to hear all the gossip.
Aw.
It's like the game is punishing players for being good at puzzles.
Yeah, that's too bad.
All the time. I don't think the set is cursed. I think it's haunted.
Why is Bess working in Hollywood?
You recognize the
You know who I
actress?
can't stand? The snake wrangler guy.
Why is Ned working in Hollywood?
You recognize
Have
Ned's
they
voice?
put dog biscuits on the menu yet?
No, that's gross.
No, but that would be awesome, though. I mean, if there are pets and they're allowed to come into the Casbah, then having dog biscuits on the menu would be brilliant.
Anyway,
Blueberries, orange slices, and peanut butter.
Somehow, those ingredients combine to form a green-colored drink.
Oh,
Arthur wrote a note to himself on a 75-year-old letter. Was that seriously the only piece of scrap paper he could find?
yeah,
Arthur
maybe.
says the clue is in the telltale heart. That's not specific enough to be helpful.
It is if it's capitalized, then you can tell it's a title and then can narrow it down from there.
I have to imagine Nancy was forced to read the entire story from the beginning until she found the clue he was referring to.
Well,
Unbeknownst to Ms. McKenna, is the real reason I suggested she hire you.
Arthur continues to sabotage the film, even after hiring a detective to solve the sabotage mystery.
well, hoping that she isn't actually that good, so that she finds and puts blame on somebody else.
That I am, Nancy. No need to apologize for breaking into my office.
Arthur acts like this is the first time Nancy broke into his office, even though earlier he called his office to talk to her.
I'd like you to have this. It's an old lock-picking kit.
Clearly, Nancy doesn't need a lock-picking kit since she broke into your office twice.
Good point.
Nancy has a lock-picking kit, but for most of the game, she ignores it in favor of finding hidden keys.
Well, hey, if you can find an easy solution, you know, the key, great.
I have reason to believe that the director hid the missing footage somewhere on the set of the original movie.
What is the reason you have for believing this? Is it a letter from him? You should show Nancy this letter.
We don't know if it's a letter.
Why is this note inside a full candy jar? Why does Nancy need to disguise herself? Can't she pretend she's at the hotel on work business?
Yeah, that's fair.
Nancy apparently doesn't have a room at this hotel. Where is she staying?
Someplace cheap.
The computer company begs Molly to write her password down so she doesn't have to call them anymore. Why is the company going out of its way to avoid making money?
Maybe they got
The card
annoyed.
falls out of the boot, but the zoom-in has the card in the boot. Why
Oh
does
well.
Nancy use her eyes to unscrew the pen cap? Doesn't it make more sense for her to use her hand to do this?
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. I don't know why it was coded or designed that way.
This puzzle. I assume the manifest on the clipboard is the fake, since it was lying on the ground when Nancy first enters the room, whereas the other manifest is hidden behind a multi-step puzzle.
Yeah.
That said, this is a terrible attempt at forgery. You can clearly see someone scribbled on it in pen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not good. That stuff can also be used as an explosive.
Why keep explosives inside a prop room?
Digital decryptor. I can use this to hack into the chip from the security camera.
Why do you need to hack it? Just put the memory card into the computer and watch it normally.
Yeah,
You
that's
got
true.
permission from Molly ahead of time.
Right?
Sideways Tetris.
Yeah.
That's the same cloak I saw in the wardrobe room.
Only it didn't have a hood the last time you saw it.
Oh, really? Yeah,
This
good
game takes place over
observation.
the course of a single night, yet Nancy reads 3 different articles by Lydia Lynn's paper. Either they print new editions multiple times per night, or these are old papers that everyone pretends are new.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it does seem a little confusing. The continuity is probably... Yeah, he's probably right about that.
Lasers guarding Ida's locker, but none of the others? Why don't they have security guarding any of the other rooms in this game?
Yeah, that's a fair
Arthur,
question.
Molly, and Ida leave behind notes to themselves saying where they hid things.
They're
Why
forgetful.
Can none of the characters remember where they put their stuff?
Because they're terrible.
Why is it creepy that Ida and Lois look alike?
Why is it creepy? I don't think it's creepy.
They're playing the same historical character in the exact same movie. I'd be surprised if they didn't look alike.
Agapanthus africanus, or the lily of the Nile.
What's the point of the flower book?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read that.
Has it that Nefertiti was the original owner of this ginormous emerald that became known as the Jewel of Karnak?
That's the Jewel of Karnak.
The Jewel of Karnak is supposed to be a large diamond, but in the ending, it's rather small.
Actually, that's pretty big. That's a big diamond.
Z.B. Collingwood left these music notes on his movie poster. They lead to the location of the blueprints, which were hidden years after the movie came out. He planned the scheme very far in advance. Why did someone leave their ID card inside a fountain?
They dropped it.
Why does George have Arthur's credit card?
Good question.
This puzzle.
Go over to the Casbah and keep your ears open. Listen for the latest gossip on Ida.
I'll have to figure that out as soon as I'm done snooping in here.
Nancy came to hear gossip, not to snoop. The only way to get
good
the
catch.
key is to break the glass. Do they put the key there every night? Because it must be crazy expensive to replace that pane of glass on a regular basis.
That is a fair problem. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Nancy has to upgrade her decryptor because it can only process video, not audio. How useless is a video player that doesn't include audio?
Pretty useless.
Entering his code. Perfect.
Nancy claims her decryptor can't process audio, but it gave her audio when she used it earlier.
Oh, good catch. That sounds like an error. I know.
Nancy manages to play all of this when she was only given the first 6 notes.
Yeah, I know.
By coincidence, the song on the piano tonight is the exact same song that was put on the poster over 70 years ago.
Yeah, well.
Nancy goes to the docks because of this song, but she was going to visit the docks anyways, so
Yeah.
the entire song thing is kind of useless.
Oh, well, I mean, good point. Okay, that probably... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They just tried to insert an extra puzzle in there that was not necessary.
The pop-up text covers items that Nancy wants to read.
Oh?
The blueprints clearly show there's a pathway to the docks behind the pawn shop, but Nancy doesn't try to use it.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. I would have loved to use that information and actually followed up on it.
The trunk is clearly empty, but Nancy finds a box of tools inside it. Who moved the box of tools from last time?
I don't know.
Why didn't the car move when Nancy used the statue last time? According to the game, Nancy goes through a wall to reach the docks. According to the map, she goes around the area. The game has 1.5 minutes of uninterrupted exposition.
I wonder if that buoy is marking something.
How did nobody find the blueprints in the past 60 years? There is a buoy marking where they are. This puzzle.
I know that
Nancy
puzzle.
need to get rid of the crows? Why can't she just ignore them and go straight to the cellar?
Good point. I would have loved to can that entire puzzle. It is hard. It's annoying. It's not useful.
The game has 2 time challenges in a row. Why can't Nancy use her flashlight in this dark room? Why does
Good
Arthur keep
question.
bolt cutters in a locked safe?
Right?
Arthur's envelope leads to the Ark, which leads to the final key.
Okay, all of these issues right here that he's just mentioning, I totally agree with. I don't think it makes sense. Design-wise, logic-wise.
How did he know this old prop was vital to finding the lost footage?
If I were you, I'd figure out how to sneak a peek inside that safe in his office.
How did Ida know Arthur had a vital clue hidden in his office?
Maybe she saw him put something in there the last time she talked with him in the office.
Why didn't Nancy find this clue the first time she explored Arthur's office?
Because she didn't have a lead.
By coincidence, all the characters show up at the exact same place at the exact same time.
Darn, the passage is blocked. But it looks like someone's been using Flash Boom to get deeper underground.
How? Nancy didn't unlock this pathway until a few moments ago. Why is this a time challenge? In real life, a constant stream of light doesn't disappear after a few seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Again, why can't Nancy use her flashlight in this dark room?
I agree.
Wow, cool. Let's check this place out.
And by that, Nancy means let's look at the area to the left.
Yeah, it's too bad.
This puzzle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If someone were to die as tragically and mysteriously as Lois Manson did on this movie, oh my gosh, it would make headlines all over the world.
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found
That's
the
what I
letter,
was thinking.
but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure!
After Nancy removes a series of planks, the airhead celebrity tries to boost her own fame by killing Nancy in a cave-in. This is a pretty blatant repeat of the Culprit reveal from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon.
Yep.
How did Nancy get Flash Boom here? Did the Culprit let her borrow it? The Flash Boom minigame appears 4 times in the final chapter.
Ooh, yeah.
The lost footage is clearly designed for a projector, but
Yeah.
Nancy plays it on a modern computer.
They probably have a player of some sort to connect to a monitor.
She must have been some kind of spy or federal witness or something.
Oh, wow.
Lois faked her own death, so Nancy assumes she's a spy. Those two things are not necessarily related.
That is true.
The jewel's the same size as Lois's eyes. Now it's much larger than Arthur's eyes.
I mean, you're a lot closer to it physically right here than he is. Box office bomb. 111 problems. Okay, a lot of those problems were...
Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. Huh? Interesting. Maybe you should go lie down. You lost me. I'm not sure what to say. I beg your pardon. That doesn't make sense. Sorry? What?
Huh? That's interesting. That's nice. Okay. Any other pearls of wisdom? Did that make sense to you? Is there something wrong with you?
Are you feeling all right? I'm not following. Huh? You lost me.
Through all the incorrect answers.
Okay.
Responses.
Next question. I don't know what to say. That doesn't make sense.
I'm getting confused.
That was funny!
Huh? That's interesting. You're pulling my leg, right? Are you on medication?
Say what?
Now that's just silly. You're strange. What?
You're a riot.
Okay, there's a lot there that I would totally agree with. That doesn't seem right. Design-wise, it's a little wonky. Logic, it's really wonky. I get it, though. So... Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, hang on. Don't play again. Okay. Thanks for watching. Sorry that wasn't very entertaining. Maybe it was for you. I don't really know what behind-the-scenes decisions were made for this game. So, I mean, these are really good points. Really good points. Anyways, I'm going to go on to the next video. I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Oh, and be sure to check out Arglefumph's complete series. The link for his playlist is down in the description below. Okay, bye.